proud of our guys. Yeah, we got things going to work out. It's hard when you're up and you don't want to foul, you miss some free throws. But when I look at a stat sheet, they make 12 threes. We don't make any threes. We miss 17 foul shots, and we find a way to win. It just says a lot about our guys. I told my staff before I met with, I could tell these guys this now. I told my staff at halftime that if we can't win this game, we're not going to have a good year. There's just sometimes you have to find a way. And I'm incredibly proud of these guys. Our two seniors, he got hurt. He strapped it up today. John was absolutely ridiculous. And then I wanted Eddie here because I thought Eddie's toughness and just his floor game for us was really good, as was his defense. So we found a way. It wasn't incredibly pretty, but we had a good stretch of about 16 minutes in the second half. We outscored them, I think, by 23 points. And there was a barrage in the first half. In all my years as a coach, I'm not sure I saw that many bombs fall in a row there, Matt.
Was there a Newt Rockne or Greg Popovich halftime speech?
No, not at all. And these guys have had some of these over the years, but I don't think so. I think they stay connected. I know we can be a really good team. We're not all the way there yet, and we hit a little break, and we'll get better. But I know we can be a really good team, and this is a good test for us. This is a team that'll be, I think, in the NCAA tournament. And they haven't had the kid Potts the other night. He was back, and they make a lot of shots. I just thought our resiliency on the backboards and toughness and can't say enough about how good JD was in the second half either.
Hey, tell me about the way you guys came out in the second half. Was that mainly based on defense?
Yeah, I just think our intensity, when we play intense, I think we play with more than and the nation, to be honest. Just our defensive intensity, getting stops and kills, that we play with more.
What happened in the first half? This is a team shooting 31% from three-point.
I just think we got down and knew we had to get stops, So that's the biggest thing.
Are they tougher to defend because they have so many little foot guards?
For me, yeah. It's tougher, but that's why we got to rely on our help defense and stuff like that.
They are a little bit of a thorn that way. They can spread you out. I mean, they made 9.5, and it seemed like about 4 in a row. The same guy too.
John, what were you seeing out there offensively that you were able to take advantage of?
I thought our passing was really good today, especially versus their zone. We knew they couldn't play man. We'd see a lot of zone. And it's pretty hard when you think about to not make a three when the team plays three-quarters. And we're a better shooting team now. We didn't take a lot either, but I thought our interior passing was really good today. It was so much more improved than the other night. We played off two. We caught, we faced, we shared it. And I think that's why we were able to take a lot of easy shots at the rim.
Hey, Pat, Anderson seems like he was throwing three-pointers from like Harford County or.
He made a couple on us that were like just ridiculous. He's a good player. He's a really good player, and he said it was a hard-fought game. They threw in some. I have to go back and watch the tape. We try to pride ourselves. We always say we have to challenge shots. It's one of our keys, and make them miss. And we didn't do that in the first half, and then we all of a sudden I thought we did when we seized control of the game. And that's it's just hard. I've got to do a better job coaching the last 4 minutes of games when we have leads. I've just got to figure that out with my staff. I've got a good staff. I've got to figure out how to do a better job with that.
In the beginning, the first 9-0. Was it surprising that he just came right out, made it 9-0, and you guys were like, whoa?
Well, the way they play, we're aware of it. They take a lot of threes. Last year they took a ridiculous amount, and it's we try to just tell the guys is make a miss, stick to our principles, and most times I don't think that teams are going to beat us if we do what we're supposed to do. I think the one thing we can learn from this is throughout the last 2.5, 3 minutes that took an eternity, we seized control of the game by 13, even though the team shot the blood out of it from 3, and we didn't. So we kind of. I'd love to see what our field goal defense was before the last 4 minutes. I would think it would be a couple percentage points higher, lower rather.
Was that as unselfish as Mike has played all year?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. He's had moments, and Mike's had games in his career where he's had 8 assists twice and 10 rebounds twice. He's capable of. What I liked about him today was him and Anderson played high school together. He didn't get into mano stuff or craziness. We all know we need him. He's incredibly gifted and talented, and he made foul shots, which was really good.
Another cool thing is you guys 90 points. Second time this year, 90 points. That's pretty good.
Yeah, you get free wings or something, don't you, when that happens?
I'm gonna go home for dinner.
Anybody else? All right, thank you, everybody.
Hey, Coach Mark, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Doing great. Talk about Jacksonville State tonight, and then you guys basically have almost a whole week off, and then you play against Charlotte because of finals and all that stuff. How are you going to keep your players in motivation and form for this tonight's game, and then next Sunday?
Well, it's a time for us to improve. So, we're excited about tonight's game. Jacksonville State's a little bit scary. We have 4 guys that are really shooting at a high level, 3-point line. They have a good post-up game too. So, they'll challenge us defensively. We didn't like the way we finished the game first St. Peter, so we haven't really put a complete game together this year. So it's something we're working on and talking about. And so hopefully we'll get a little bit better for a little bit longer tonight. During finals we'll give the guys some days off. But when we practice, we'll practice hard. It's really hard to get practice time in this time of year because we play so many games, and we'll actually get 4 practices in between games. Hopefully that'll give us a chance to get better.
I know you lost to Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago in that ACC challenge. Is your team improving ever since that bad home loss?
Yeah, I don't know if it was a bad home loss. I mean, you guys can call it that, but we were coming off an emotional weekend. We played 2 9:30 games and didn't have the energy, and they played well. So we'll get better. We're young. We're playing 3 freshmen playing that game, and really proud of this team and what they're doing. We're a work in progress. We're a little busy about injuries. Devontae's out. He'll be out for a while. We don't know how long it's going to be. So we just keep figuring out how to win and trying to get better.
Well, good luck with practice tonight's game and practice this week.
All right. Thanks.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing great. This week you guys have finals and everything else wrapping up for the fall semester. How are you going to keep your team loose and ready to go, knowing that you guys have to play Saturday against a really tough BYU squad?
Yeah, it's challenging because obviously a lot of mental and physical energy gets exerted not only preparing for games and practicing, but our guys have final exams. And certainly that takes precedent. Ours is a little bit odd because ours started last Friday. We had a reading day on Thursday. Finals started Friday. Ours go Friday to Friday, so it's a hybrid of 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And it takes a lot of energy. It does, and I want them to exert a lot of energy and be prepared. We take a few more days off than we normally do. We practice shorter than we normally do because I know how important that is. And I remember going through it myself as a student athlete and how taxing that can be mentally and physically. And we make adjustments and adapt accordingly. I do know. I remember I told those guys the days when my last final was over when I was a student athlete. It felt like something like a monkey had jumped off your back in terms of like almost relief. So I know those guys are looking forward to that. But in the meantime, I want them to prepare well, do a great job like they've always done academically, and then we'll worry about adapting and improvising on the basketball end to help them out.
And talk about playing at Chicago at the United Center. Is that every year you guys do something like you play a game against somebody out of conference? Is that good for the alumni there to come to Chicago and watch that game at the United Center?
Oh, it's great. We enjoy going up there. We've got some guys on the team, obviously, that are from that area. It's a great opportunity to play in an NBA arena in Chicago where we have so many alumni and so many faithful Illini fans. So we're looking forward to it. We'll go up there on Friday after we get done with final exams, and we'll start our preparation this week. We know that they're coming off of the Colorado win, and they're very, very, very good offensively, and got a great interior player, got great shooting. They're very well coached. It'll be a great challenge for us, but we're looking forward to it.
Well, I hope you have a great week of practice.
Thank you.
Good. How are you? Doing great. You guys have basically almost like a week off until you get to face Butler. So what do you see getting ready for that game? I know you guys have finals and people getting ready for the holidays. So what do you guys got to do this week to keep fresh?
Well, I think that's a good word, fresh. I mean, we got to make sure that we're sharp in practice, that our intensity is high, and that we continue to really understand game situations more and more, get even more detailed on offense and defense, improve constantly. And I think the team get a lot of energy from how much better they're getting. And I think as long as we can keep that moving at a good pace, that's good for us.
And also, talk about your team so far. You guys had a big win over North Carolina, a very big win at home. Has that helped you guys keep going in the right direction with that big win?
Oh, I think so, absolutely. You know, you can in a game like that, you can either build on it, and or you can kind of rest on it. And I don't think our guys ever rested on it whatsoever. I think they built on it, and I think we had games following Friday and Sunday, and we played extremely hard. We played fatigued at times, but we played extremely hard. We did a very good job defensively, and even though we made mistakes, it wasn't out of effort, hard work, or good intent.
Well, I hope you have a good week of practice.
Thank you very much. Good luck to you.
You too. Hey, Coach. Talk about you played against Pitt. You had a tough loss there. Now you have to go have a week off, and you play St. John's. What do you guys have to do to keep your players motivated this week, knowing there's finals and there's other things that these student athletes have to do?
Yeah, I think the week that's hardest is the prior week. You know, the Mason game really concerned me. They were playing at a high level. We had papers and exams already started. And then you go on this road trip. We have our academic advisor there. And, you know, we looked a little sluggish. We looked mentally tired and then came out in the second half and played much better basketball. So I'd like to think once we get through this week, all that pressure and stress, especially for young guys, this is all new to them. This is new to them. Every night is very difficult. Every practice, we demand the most from them. And we demand them going to study hall and being at class and taking care of their business. So it's very challenging. So I'm hopeful that by Thursday or Friday, when all the exams are finished, that they're going to feel a breath of fresh air and rejuvenated. Mm-hmm. All that stress and pressure is off. And now let's go work. Let's go back to work. Let's get practice in. Let's get reps in. And let's continue this process of being the best team we can be and lay it on the line against St. John's at the Garden.
Yeah, speaking on the Gardens, what do you see in St. John's getting ready for that game? I know you said that earlier they're a young team, but still playing in New York City is still a tough challenge no matter what.
Yeah, but that's what we want to do. Again, when we put this schedule together, we knew it was going to be hard, but we want to see growth. We want to see maturity. We know what our weaknesses are now. Instead of going in maybe with a record that wasn't realistic, we're going in with a record that's very realistic. We played the top 10, we played top 25 teams in the country. I think it will be eventually a top 25 team. So that'll be 3 for us with a good Mason team and a good GW team. So we know exactly what we need to work on. And being in the Garden, I'm sure there's going to be some jitters. There's going to be that nervousness that you feel, and especially at 11 a.m., which we haven't done, played a game at 11 a.m., so I'm sure that's going to be who wakes up first. We'll like the outcome for sure.
You probably expect for maybe a sluggish first half, probably, with the points for that one.
Yeah, there could be, but you hope the excitement of playing in the most famous arena in the world, will get these guys juiced and ready to go.
Well, good luck with finals and good luck this week.
Hey, thanks.